Welcome to Ranchi Electro-homeopathic Medical College e-learning classes. We learn here about electro-homeopathic system of medicine. Our first class is going on what is electro-homeopathy. Now we continue life history of Dr. Count Caesar Methi and electro-homeopathy. Dr. Count Caesar Methi was born on 11 January 1809 in Rocetta city of Bologna, Italy. He was a son of a big farmer and wealthy father. His father's name was Luigi Methi and his mother's name was Teresa Montignani. Methi was completed his study at one of the prestigious school of Rocetta city of Bologna. He was reclaimed by a single word from Paolo Costa. Paolo Costa, who was poet and philosopher, why waste your life in the aimless frivolities of society when you have faculties which will deserve to be better employed? Costa was impressed and changed his life and applied himself with characteristic energy to study of philosophy and literature. For the next 2 years, Paolo Costa was his guide philosopher. In the year 1847, a battle between the Austria and Rome, Pope of Rome seemed to be inevitable. Methi and his brother were requested with a desire to help their sovereign. Methi and his brother agreed and offered a piece of land property to Pope of Rome as a reward for his devotion. Each of the brothers were made count. Afterwards, Count Methi was called to serve in the civil guard and appointed to lieutenant colonel of the 7th Battalion. In April 1848, he was appointed to a chief magistrate. After 1 month in May 1848, he elected to the first Roman parliament, which met under the Ministry of Russia as a deputy of Bidrio for the 4th district in the province of Bologna. During this long time, he proved to be a great politician, but his nature did not allow him to take part in those wars of words. So he resigned his post and returned to private life. He was induced to devote his time and wealth to the service of the humanity under the influence of the philosopher Paolo Costa. He gave himself up to the study and research of agriculture and plants chemistry. He had love for medicine and he determined to devote a considerable amount of his time to the study of this fascinating science. During this period, Methi studied medical science such as allopathy, homeopathy, Unani and Ayurveda. He found that in these medical science, medicines were prepared chemical, poison, virus, bacteria, animals, and not only by plant. That medicine may be harmful for the human being. Methi thought that any type of necessity of living body is gained by plants. Therefore, medicine should be prepared from plants which have natural healing power and no side effect. Methi was a herbal scientist who did deep study about plants chemistry and made a new medical system in 1865 which is known as electro-homeopathy. In this system, medicines are prepared only 114 and 115 medicinal plants by a unique process called spagyric coagulation. By this method, medicine gave astonishing effects. Dr. Methi also adapted the theory of Dr. Chazarian and Dr. M. Dickley. That is law of polarity. According to theory, human body is polar. The right side is negative and the left side is positive and the middle portion is neutral. So the total science is basically in these two theory. The another law is law of similarity. Many other books have another phenomenon that was Methi had a beloved dog. He was suffering from obstinate scrofulous ulcer. That time Methi was treated his dog many therapy system, but result is not sufficient. After that, Methi released his dog freely and observed that the dog chewed some particular plant and rubbing the ulcerated part on the plant. Surprisingly, after a few days, the dog had been cured completely. This attracted the attention of the noble Methi. Then he experimented with plants. After 30 years of zeal and hard work, Dr. Methi last gave to the world his new system of treatment in 1865 and named Electro-homeopathy. In this system, medicine are prepared by mixing of asparaginic essence of 115 or 114 medicinal plants, complex medicine for complex body and complex diseases. Dr. Methi was assisted by two scientists, Dr. Messrs. Clement and Dr. Kohli, who liked the Methi's remedies and carefully noted the surprising effect of the new medicine. More important series of tests on these drugs were conducted in the city of Rome. A medical man of high repute, Dr. Pasui, a member of the chief medical societies of Italy, who occupied the proud position of lecturer in medicine in the principal medical school in that country, who informed that Methi's remedy were singular efficacious. Between 15 June 1865 to 15 October 1868, more than 20,000 patients were treated under the supervision of Dr. Kohli and Dr. Conti. In 1869, the Pope Pius IX established a separated ward in the Hospital St. Teresa in Rome to test this system more fully. The results were astonishing. On 21st October 1890, Dr. Count Cesar Methi's remedies were tested in analytical laboratory, Vestry Hall, Paddington Green, West London. After the test, it will published in the National Review, November 1890, page number 430 or 31, that these medicines were non-poisonous, having no side effect. The result of these medicines were used by many doctors like Dr. Father Mullers Augustus, Dr. Gimpel and others. Dr. Lutji, a doctor of European fame of Coethon, was visited Rome at the time when Methi's remedies were being tested in the hospital of St. Teresa. He was impressed by these electro-homeopathic medicine and published a large pamphlet about electro-homeopathy. Dr. Ackworth, London, wrote an article in Paris, the new medicines electro-homeopathy, for the British Journal of Homeopathy. Dr. A.J.L. Gilden, Dr. Theodore Krauss, Dr. J. Sontag, Dr. Radha Madhav Haldar, Dr. Yaduvir Singh, former health minister of Delhi government in 1955 to 56. Dr. N.L. Sinha, called Masiul Hind, had practiced with electro-homeopathy medicine and wrote many books on this fascinating science. Electro-homeopathy came to India in 1990. Dr. Consider-Methi was not married, and some author wrote his book. Dr. Methi was married. He devoted his life for public service. In 1895, Methi was donated rupees 2,395 for making a leprosy hospital by Dr. Father Muller in South India at Mangalore city. The total investment of which was rupees 7,705 rupees only. The leprosy hospital still exists today, and Dr. Consider-Methi's name written in the stone is still that hospital today. On 6 December 1887, Dr. Methi handed over the total charge of his adopted son or son-in-law, Dr. Betroli Methi, and started working only as a supervisor. At last, Dr. Consider-Methi died on 3rd April 1896 at 7 o'clock in the morning at the magnificent castle of La Rochetta, situated in the heart of Apennines, and was followed by the grave by over 7,000 persons who attend his grave funeral service. Thanks for watching video.